Hi, everyone. Back to talking about the January 2015 Regents. We're going to start now on question 31. A gardener is planting two types of trees. Type A is 3 feet tall and grows at a rate of 15 inches a year. Type B is 4 feet tall and grows at a rate of 10 inches per year. Determine algebraically how long it will take these two trees to be the same height. Now, one thing that we want to talk about is the fact that we have feet and we have inches. So what we're going to have to do is figure out, well, either put it all in feet or all in inches. Now, it might be easier for us to put all of these in inches. So we know that 3 feet is actually 36 inches and 4 feet is actually 48 inches. So if we let x equal our number of years, and we first talk about tree A. Tree A is going to grow 36 inches plus 15 inches per year. Tree B is starting out at 48 inches and is growing at a rate of 10 inches per year. Now that we have this equation, we can just go ahead and solve it. So if I subtract 36 from both sides, 15x equals 12 plus 10x. Subtract my 10x from both sides, giving me a 5x. Divide that by 5, and my answer is 2.4 years. Question 32. Write an exponential equation for the graph below. So we know it's exponential. We're looking at the graph and we're noticing that it has some features that maybe aren't just like every other graph that we've seen. We do see, though, that there's a number of points that are really nice points. So if I think about these x, y values that are on my graph, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 4, 5, 8, and I go to my graphing calculator, and remember that if I go to Stat and Edit, I can enter those numbers into my calculator as a set of ordered pairs. Now, once I'm here, if I go back to Stat, go over to Calc, and I go down to 0, which is my exponential regression. I want to calculate my exponential regression, and right here it gives me my answer. So notice that it gives me the form of my equation. So I know that my equation, y equals 0.25 times 2 to the x. Now, I'm going to be honest on how I determine this equation. I used the exponential regression function on my calculator. So I know that 2 right here, this is my common multiplier. But notice that it had to be scaled down. We had a scale factor of only 1/4. Moving on to question 33. So question 33, Jacob and Zachary go to a movie theater. They purchase refreshments from their drink. Jacob spends a total of $18.25 on 2 bags of popcorn and 3 drinks. So Jacob is going to be spending 2 bags of popcorn. So we'll let P equal my price of popcorn. And 3 drinks. So we'll let D equal the price of my drink. And all together he spends a total of $18.25. So now let's talk about Zachary. Zachary buys 4 bags of popcorn and 2 drinks and spends a total of $27.50. So here's my system of equations. And now what I want to do is I want to somehow eliminate one of my variables so that I can find the price of this to the nearest cent. So I have a couple of options here. I want to try to get my numbers to be the same, and I'm looking for the price of both of my options. So what I want to do is I want to tape my equations. So I'm going to just rewrite my equations down here. And I want to try to figure out what is a common multiple of one of the coefficients of my variables so that I can multiply the entire equation. And when I do, I'm going to end up with an equation where I have negative 4p minus 6d equals negative 3650. And this equation, nothing happened over here. 4p plus 2d equals 2750. Now, when I add these equations together, I now have a negative 4d equals negative 9. And when I solve that, I end up getting $2.25. So my drinks must be $2.25. Now, I can take that $2.25 and I can plug it back in to my equation. So 4p plus 2 times 225 is 2750. So 4p plus 450 equals 2750. Subtracting my 450 from both sides, 4p is 23. So the price of my popcorn is $5.75. Number 34. The graph of the inequality is shown below. So a couple things I want to notice about this graph. I want to take a look at what's the y-intercept. So I found my y-intercept right here. 1, 2, 3. My b is negative 3. And I want to take a look at my slope. I'm going up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. So I have y, and I know that all these things here are greater than that line. So greater than or equal to 2x minus 3. Now it says in the same set of axes, graph the inequality x plus 2y is less than 4. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get my equation solved for y. So let's divide that by 2. So y is less than negative 1/2 x plus 2. So let's graph a y-intercept of 2. Let's do a slope of negative 1/2. We're going to make this a dotted line. And since this is a less than, we're going to shade down below here. And we're going to make sure we label our equation. And letter C says the two inequalities graph in the set of axes form a system. Oscar thinks the point 2, 1 is in the solution set. Determine whether you agree or disagree. Now, when we see that point right here, we see right here the point 2, 1. Unfortunately, that's on a dotted line. So no, since the point lies on the dotted line, it does not satisfy the system of equations.